Brown Chiller, the search for the next Browns quarterback.
I played a high school quarterback in a movie 16 years ago. So if I win this show, I'll be the most qualified quarterback in Browns history.
I'm just so lonely. I thought this was a dating show.
You suitors represent everything we look for in a Browns quarterback. You're either injured, inexperienced, or way too old. Good to see you again, Brandon Whedon.
Who? Wait a second. Do the Browns even need a new quarterback? I thought they just signed Charlie Whitehurst.
Who? Exactly. Brandon gets it.
These suitors will have to answer tough questions.
Have any of you ever been called Johnny anything?
I'm Marty Bacardi, the one-man party.
Well, that's cool, but not Johnny anything, right? Because that would be a red flag.
In Varsity Blues, I was Johnny Moxon.
We get it.
The suitors face tough challenges.
Gil, you gotta help me get rid of this body.
Oh, I think we should chop it up first, James Vanderbeek.
You don't think I know that?
I'm not dead! I'm not dead! I'm not dead.
And each week's playbook ceremony will change a suitor's life forever.
Couch, McCown, other McCown, RG3, Manziel. Who will carry on this legacy? Gil,
Yes.
you will not be the
Everybody saw that for. Let's get to your picks here. Let's start with you, Jimmy, because you're undefeated so far this year.
Hey,
Oh, don't start. This is pick.
okay.
Just pick. Don't start.
I'm going to pick the Dallas Cowboys over Chicago, and I've got Jacksonville in an upset over Baltimore.
All right, my lock is Tampa Bay over the Rams, and my upset, Jets Jets over Kansas City.
Just to hear you say that.
I know. I'm a New York
Arizona in a lock, and I've got San Diego in an upset.
My lock is Pittsburgh over Philly, and that young quarterback wins. And my upset is San Diego taking care of the Indianapolis Colts.
Is that because you believe in San Diego? Or you
No,
don't believe
because
in
he looked at
Indianapolis?
my sheet before the show. That's why.
Steal from Howie. Whatever it takes, a little help from your friends. That's
I know where North. I sang in
You know
Fargo.
what? But then you went from a 1-year 15 to a 20-year $1 million.
You got booked in Fargo?
Whatever it takes, that's it for our pregame show. If you're getting a late game, stay here with us. Everyone else, your kickoff from the stadium is next. Thank you so much for watching us here on the 4 Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, brought to you as always by the official truck of the NFL.
The playbook of work is tattered and torn from those who do jobs for which they were born. Hammers and wire, chainsaws and wrenches, and the true bond of teamwork down in the trenches. Ford F-Series is their chariot. It answers the bell. It's the truck deemed official by the NFL.
Red 97! Set! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
I see gold in the air, in promise in the strings. I see love in our hearts, the futures in our dreams. I had a dream, you were a laser light, burning down the
When the sun goes down, the limes go in.
I owe it all to you.
Yeah, I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you. When you're dead and in your grave, no more women will you crave. I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you.
Levi's, for every original.
You sound like a man who is afraid that I am dead right.
You talk about the Cowboys and the Patriots like they're like your kids.
I do not hate LeBron James. That's the hottest seat in sports media. This is undisputed.
Next on Fox, it's an NFC North rivalry as the Lions battle the Packers. It's always a great atmosphere at Lambeau, so let's take it there, where Tom Brenneman, Charles Davis, and Peter Schrager have the call.
Matthew Stafford trying to win on the road inside the NFC North. And waiting on those Lions, Aaron Rodgers and the Pack. Home opener at Lambeau Field, sellout crowd naturally in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers get together, each team with a record of 1-1. And hi again, everybody, alongside Charles Davis and Peter Schrager. I'm Tom Brenneman. Welcome, as always, to the NFL on Fox. Now, both these teams have been ravaged by injuries. More on that coming up in a moment. Charles, it's also safe to say each team is trying to find its identity, who they are the early part of the year.
I would agree with that, and it's surprising with Green Bay because we thought they had an identity. But in recent games, they haven't had what they used to be. And Aaron Rodgers says, trust the process. Look for him to throw the ball quickly today, get the ball to his receivers fast, and maybe not get outside the pocket quite so quickly. For Detroit, Matthew Stafford is now the face of this franchise. It's no longer Calvin Johnson. He'll spread the ball around and look for a rookie runner named Dwayne Washington to get some extra carries.
When we come back, Lambeau. Where would you rather be on a Sunday than Lambeau Field in Green Bay? You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Well, I like that.
So, how's retirement?
Staying pretty busy, actually.
Busy?
Busy's good.
Honey, look.
Number 18 in the house.
He comes in here every day. Gets the same thing every time.
You know I can hear you, right? You know I can hear you, right?
There it is.
I'll be here all week. For your many retirement needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, she loves to say, well, fantastic.
A lot. I do say that.
I study psychobiology. I'm a fine arts major.
Nobody really believes that I take notes this way, but they actually make sense to me.
I try to balance my studying with the typical college experience. This Windows PC is a lifesaver. Being able to pull up different articles to different parts of the screen is so convenient.
The pen is amazing. I used to be a Mac user, but this is way better.
Here are today's DirecTV players to watch both out of the backfield. Lacy hoping for more touches in this week 3. And for Theo Riddick and the Lions, he's trying to replace Amir Abdullah. This season, get every out-of-market game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I absolutely love my New York apartment, but the rent is outrageous. Good thing Geico offers affordable renters insurance. With great coverage, it protects my personal belongings should they get damaged, stolen, or destroyed. Excuse me.
Delivery. Hey, lo mein, Szechuan chicken, chopsticks, soy sauce, and you got some fortune cookies. Have a good one.
These small New York apartments.
Protect your belongings. Let Geico help you with renter's insurance.
They say a lot of things about rain. Like how hard it's gonna fall. The things it does to your parade. We've got a saying about rain, too. When it rains, it roars. The all-wheel drive Charger. Domestic, not domesticated.
Now get 20% off MSRP cash allowance for an average of $8,000 in savings on select 2016 Charger RT models in dealer stock. Garbage Time with Katie Nolan, Wednesday at 11:30 on FS1.
When you play Kentucky lottery games like scratch-offs, you help create some extra scratch for Kentucky college students.
Fueling imagination.
Funding education.
This is author and automotive expert Bob Lygen.
There are many reasons you may choose to lease a car. If one of those is for business use or tax benefits, there are many options available. Alpha Leasing customizes each lease. Dealers only have one option. Alpha Leasing structures each lease to your business or tax situation to maximize tax deductibility. That's why I wrote the book on how to make leasing work for you. I'm Bob Lygen. Call me today.
For almost 30 years, we've been here for you at your hour of need. After an automobile accident, when your own insurance company denies your claim after you paid premiums for years. For some, when your Social Security or disability claim was denied. For others, after an on-the-job injury. This work is what we do at Morgan & Morgan. It's not a job to us. It's our mission. It's our cause. Your problems are our problems, and your worries are our worries. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Coyle, and you can save up to 16% on select new 2016 Chevrolets in stock. Shop from over 300 Chevrolets at one convenient Kentuckiana location. Drive this all-new Malibu home today for just $19,897. Always 100 trucks in stock. Some like this Silverado starting at just $21,987. Coyle Chevrolet Buick GMC, I-65, Veterans Parkway, or visit us at CoyleDeals.com. Chevy, find new roads.
With Katie Nolan, Wednesday at 11:30 on FS1.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
A beautiful day in this home opener in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We mentioned injuries a big factor today. Let's check in with Peter Schrager.
Hey, Tom, they say it's next man up in the NFL for both these teams. It's next men up. Packers are without Clay Matthews, Morgan Burnett, and Sam Shields. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions are without Ziggy Ansah, DeAndre Levy, and maybe most importantly, Amir Abdullah. Charles mentioned at the top, Theo Reddick will get his carries, but look for a rookie, Dwayne Washington, to get a healthy dose of carries as well.
All righty, Peter will be checking in throughout the day. Mike McCarthy, 52 years young, a native of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His 11th season as head coach of the Packers. And Jim Caldwell, in his 3rd year as head coach of the Lions, grew up down the road in Beloit, Wisconsin. So a homecoming for him today. The Lions won the toss, defer to the second half to get the football, and Sam Martin plunges that one through the back of the end zone. And out to the 25. To lead the Packer offense in his 12th year out of Cal, and that's Aaron Rodgers. The highest career passer rating in the history of the NFL. He has not had a game over 100 in his last 14 games, and that is all the talk right now in Green Bay. What's wrong with the Packer offense?
And that is definitely the concern. Prior to that, the longest it had been a 4-game stretch. So they think there's a trend going on. Aaron Rodgers says, we know what the flaws are. We're out to correct them. We shall see starting today.
Look perhaps for more of the running game here today. And they started on the ground with Eddie Lacy. And he slips off to the right side. Took a big shot from Tavon Wilson, who wraps him up after a gain of maybe 3. Green Bay offensively still without their center, Corey Linsley. J.C. Treader fills in for him. They do have Jordy Nelson back after missing all of last year.
And remember, just his 3rd game back. So he's still working through things, working through timing issues with Aaron Rodgers. I expect that they will get on the same page quickly.
Second down, and they lay it off to Lacy, but read splendidly by the Lions defense. And that's up to the 30. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Now we talk about injuries to Ansah. Keep an eye on Kerry Hyder, 61, tied for the league in sacks, and he'll be coming off the bench. And in that secondary, Slay is their main man.
And it's interesting to talk about Kerry Hyder wearing number 61, not a normal number for a defensive end. He caught Aaron Rodgers' eye, not just with the sacks, but wearing that unusual number coming out of quarterback.
Hyder at the top of your screen along that defensive front. 3rd down and 5. Quick slant, and that is a conversion on 3rd down. Jared Cook, the backup tight end, up to the 45-yard line.
The Lions have struggled covering tight ends for a while now. They gave up 12 touchdowns to them in 2015. They're trying to get Jared Cook going in Green Bay, and look how quickly Green Bay is going to move after the 1st down.
Cook released by the LA Rams as Lacy Picks up 6 on a first down carry.
And partner, I'm seeing an early trend here. Green Bay running the football, getting Eddie Lacy involved early, and the first pass of the game by Aaron Rodgers, a quick strike out of his hands into the receiver's hands in a hurry.
And speaking of hurry, they're in hurry-up mode. They actually plant it right at the 50-yard line, so it's a gain of 5 on first down. Play fake to Lacy. Rodgers, so good at scrambling, finds Randall Cobb inside the 20, a first down to the 17-yard line.
And look for them to go quick again. And Aaron Rodgers, as you just described, Tom, his ability to extend plays is one of the things that makes him so valuable and so tough to defend. Play stays alive, he gets away from Devin Taylor, and Randall Cobb works his way free downfield as the coverage gets mixed up.
It's a 33-yard gain. Last week they only had 2 plays of over 20 yards, and both of them were on receptions by Jordy Nelson. Blitz coming. Rodgers gets it away. There was contact back there, but no penalty flag. Raphael Bush in coverage of the tight end.
Did you notice how Aaron Rodgers orchestrated this? He moved Cook from an inline position to a flex and went right to him. And Raphael Bush had a little contact with Cook, but he's got to get off of that. He's a bigger, stronger tight end. He's got to find a way to get away from Bush. If he does, that's a 6-point play right there.
Well, the Lions had 17 penalties in their loss to Tennessee last weekend at Ford Field. First down carry to Lacy. Bounces off 1 tackle, then smothered at the 15 after a gain of 2. So after the first down incompletion, taking a shot, it brings up a 3rd down and 8.
I think they throw the ball in this situation, but keep an eye on the Packers throughout this game. I think Mike McCarthy, as a play caller, has written a note to himself in this game to press the run more than he has in the first 2. Stay with it with Eddie Lacy and see if it pays dividends. Not here, though, on 3rd and 8.
Try the hard count to get the Lions to jump. Blitz coming again. Rodgers throws, and it is a touchdown, Davante Adams. What a start for the Green Bay offense.
So Aaron Rodgers turning into the conductor. Watch, quick move and inside, and watch how quickly Rodgers gets the ball out of his hands and right to Cobb. Excuse me, I had the wrong guy. It should have been Davante Adams. All right, I had it with Randall Cobb and the number 3 guy. But watch him orchestrating, and quickly, boom, ball's out of his hands, right into it. Beautiful play, and look for the Packers to continue that. Finding a rhythm, finding timing with their offense.
Point after attempt by Mason Crosby. One of 5 kickers to make every extra point a season ago. Adams, his 2nd touchdown the early part of the season. His first came in the opener at Jacksonville, and now leans in on the opening drive for a score.
We're Southwest, and we have one word for you. Yes. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. Yes to rewards you can actually use. How you like us now? In a world full of no, we're a plane full of yes. That's transparency.
This is the Ford F-150, the only pickup with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body. Of all the full-size half-ton pickups, it's got the highest gas mileage, best payload, and 12,200 pounds of towing power, plus no body rust. And this is the safest F-150 ever built. The only pickup to pull the government's 5-star safety rating and earn an IIHS top safety pick. This is the F-150, and Ford F-Series is the undisputed truck leader for 39 straight years.
I've been thinking, this might be the one thing in the world you pull apart to come together.
New Papa John's Cinnamon Pull-Aparts, covered with cinnamon crumble and sweet cream cheese icing. Try our new Cinnamon Pull-Aparts for just $6.
Hey. Papa John's.
So my daughter tells me you don't eat meat.
Nope.
Oh!
Vizio 60-inch 4K Ultra HD TV with Google Cast, $678. Save money, live better, Walmart.
Ryan Tannehill. With every single down, you feel it. Your heart rate accelerates. Blood vessels dilate. Pupils enlarge. Claim your place in the jungle, and let's roar.
This game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
I mean, every kid in the state of Wisconsin grows up dreaming about the Lambeau leap, don't they, Mr. Davis? And what an impressive start for the Pack.
And we talked about timing, rhythm at the start of the game. The Packers had it on their first drive.
This one booted to the back of the end zone, and Roberts will take a knee. So here comes Matthew Stafford, #1 pick in 2009 out of the University of Georgia. Holds a franchise record in touchdown passes, every passing record there is in the history of the Lions. He makes his 85th consecutive start as a Lions quarterback today. Stafford, of course, injury plagued his first couple of years in the NFL, and now one of the true Iron Men at the quarterback position. No Amir Abdullah, so Theo Riddick the lone setback. On a first down, Stafford to throw it. And he can move around too now. This time he'll throw it away. It's a very young, talented offensive line, although so far it's been a rough go for the left guard, Laken Tomlinson. But plenty of weapons, especially on the outside. Golden Tate, Anquan Bolden, and Marvin Jones Jr. over from the Bengals. Jim Bob Cooter replaced Joe Lombardi as offensive coordinator after 7 games a season ago, and the offense took off. Riddick looks for running room, and that's been tough to come by the first 2+ weeks against this Green Bay defense. They're allowing opponents less than 2 yards per carry. They held Adrian Peterson to a grand total of 19 yards on 12 carries. But today, Charles, no Clay Matthews, no LaTroy Guion, no Morgan Burnett, no Sam Shields.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 53 for an illegal gesture. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Wow, what a big penalty that is on Nick Perry. He knows better. He's been around a while.
He should know better. They've got things going their way. All right, they're feeling really good first 2 plays, and you do it through a gesture like that, that's an easy 15 yards. Be happy, be excited. Things are going great, but that's just totally unnecessary for the defense that on the first 2 plays had stuffed Detroit. Now they give them field position and a new set of downs.
So the ball moved up to the 38-yard line, an automatic first down. But again, out of the shotgun, Stafford, great protection. And now the pocket collapses. Stafford can run. This time he will wisely slide down after a gain of 8. You may remember last week he ran right through Parrish Cox of the Tennessee Titans.
And really, his line does a pretty good job for him. Watch the guys up front because there's a pretty good push by Green Bay. He feels the pressure, but he still has clean sight lines and has a gap to run through and pick up nice yardage on first down. He brings up a 2nd and short. So that leaves the playbook wide open for Jim Bob Cooter and Matthew Stafford for what they want to do here.
They're going to mark it at the 45, so a gain of 7. There you see Jim Bob. Play clock down to 2-1. They just do get it off, and Riddick is denied first down yardage. This has been just an exceptionally good run defense. Maybe only 2 games, that's fine, but you still got to go out and play, and they're getting it done.
They are definitely doing that. Mike Daniels, number 76, is the force up front right now for them, with LaTroy Guion out in this ball game. But Dom Capers, the defense coordinator, has answered all those losses of personnel by playing a nickel set entirely on this series.
Third down and 2. They need to get just beyond the 48-yard line. And they go out of shotgun. They're going to throw it. And right at the marker, a completion to Golden Tate, and that is the first down. Tate coming off a very disappointing game. Targeted 7 times, only had 2 receptions and a number of drops by this entire Detroit team.
7 drops total for them. Just a little whip route, comes back inside, tries to get out, slips, but maintains enough poise that he's able to catch the football. Matthew Stafford recognized the slip, threw it low, right into his body, and made the completion.
Well, it's interesting you talk about these 2 quarterbacks, and look, Aaron Rodgers is on his way to the Hall of Fame. Stafford has had tremendous success. As there's a quick slant catch made, and that's a gain of 9 on first down to Eric Ebron. But, you know, coming into this game, much has been made. After the change in offensive coordinator last year, Stafford's numbers have been exceptional. After a 6-0 start last year, the miserable game for Rodgers in Green Bay in Denver when they threw for 77 yards, and their offense has not been nearly as good as we've seen for years now. Second down and a yard. Riddick didn't get there. We used to hang out in Madison, Wisconsin with Carissa Thompson, but we're sending it to her today from Green Bay. How about it, Carissa?
That's right, Tom. The good old days. Washington at the Giants, set up by a Redskins fumbled punt. Shane Vereen, 1-yard score, his first rushing touchdown since joining the Giants. New York up 7-0. Tom, Charles, and Peter.
Thank you very much, Carissa. Of course, you have the Lions and the Packers today. Huge game next week in college football. The unbeaten Badgers and the unbeaten Wolverines.
Big one in the Big Ten. Big Ten football back and active on the national scene.
Stafford on third down, wide open down the middle of the field is Riddick. And that is a first down to the Packer 31-yard line.
So they brought the rookie Dwayne Washington into the game in short yardage, and that's what he's known for, more of a thumper. But Theo Riddick, okay, in the slot, what is he known for? Catching passes. They showed they showed Washington. Look at him, that nice move inside on number 24, Quentin Rollins. And look, Theo Riddick's going to carry the ball some. He's got to be a tendency breaker, but the biggest plays that will come from him should occur in the passing game.
Four-man rush, Stafford. For a second time finds a big tight end, Ebron. No, this is an off-maligned Detroit tight end, but he is off to an excellent start so far this year.
And he's known, his position is tight end, but he's a receiver. Like many of the young kids coming into the game today from the tight end position in college, they're rocked up wide receivers, right? Former running backs who move into that position. And Eric Ebron has the agility to play out wide, flexed out, make moves into the secondary, and stretch you vertically. I love the way Matthew Stafford on his opening drive, spreading the ball around to a number of different targets.
10th play of this drive for the Lions, which began at their own 25 and helped right from the get-go on a personal foul call. Riddick smothered behind the line of scrimmage. Julius Peppers, the first one there to meet him.
The grand old man, look at him here. He's going to play more. They've been trying to limit his snaps. They want him fresher in December and January, but they don't have that luxury. Clay Matthews out today, so Dayton Jones is also out. It is an outside linebacker, defensive end, so Peppers will probably go full time, and he looks like he's equal to the task.
Down to 5 on a third down and 11. They need to get to the 20. Stafford across the middle. And again, the big tight end, Ebron. What a factor he's been on this opening drive. Another first down.
And he ends up working outside again. Here's Ebron, and he's going to work inside on Micah Hyde, number 33. But Hyde has got zone coverage. He's not running with him in man-to-man. So what he does is he gets from Hyde and then all the way deeper into the secondary where Clinton Dix is at safety, and Stafford in between the two of them sticks it on Ebron for another first down.
See, it's been a long time since this Packer defense allowed a touchdown on the game's opening drive. But Stafford has hit thus far 5 of his first 6, 43 yards. I mean, they just can't run it. At least not so far. Perry there to chop down Theo Riddick.
But don't expect them to abandon the run totally. They've got to keep the defense occupied with the idea that they could run the ball. So start looking for Jim Bob Cooter to maybe not get into a rhythm of first down run, second down pass, third down pass. He might start throwing it more in the early downs in order to break that up a little bit, but they will keep running the football.
Well, they haven't given the ball yet to the rookie Washington. Second down. Riddick. Excellent open field tackle on the far side by Ladarius Gunter, who's starting again in place of the concussed Sam Shields.
See, the play is going to be out here. That's Gunter, 36. You'll see the inside guys, and right there, Gunter just sees it and fires early. Defensive backs coaches tell you all the time, trust your eyes. And when you trust them, go, make a play. Ladarius Gunter did exactly that.
Well, now all of a sudden, a 3rd and 16. Packers have not brought the heat. They don't here either. 4-man rush. Stafford still rolling around. Fires to the corner, incomplete. So an excellent drive, but it stalls. You know, when you're running on first down and you're losing 3, you're losing 6, you're losing 1, you're losing 1, it's tough to catch up.
No doubt about it. And Mike Daniels, number 76, when you think of pass rushers with Green Bay, you think of guys off the edge. Daniels is going to provide that inside push that makes it hard for quarterbacks to step up. Notice how Stafford had to move around to try and find someone. Really good coverage downfield as well.
Strong right leg of Matt Prater on for a 42-yard field goal try. And right down the middle for Prater. So the Packers get a touchdown on their opening drive. The Lions answer with 3.
Your Can's thinking playoffs. Your Can's thinking division.
Nobody catches ball.
Your Can's thinking Houston.
Don't jinx it.
Your Can is Houston.
Whopper. Fries. Soda. $10. Someone's gonna get fired.
Fired and Flame Grilled. Get 2 100% beef Whopper sandwiches, 2 fries, and 2 drinks now for just $10. It's the 2 for $10 Whopper meal, only at Burger King.
Mobile order for Rachel.
The playbook of work is tattered and torn from those who do jobs for which they were born. Hammers and wire, chainsaws and wrenches, and the true bond of teamwork down in the trenches. Ford F-Series is their chariot. It answers the bell. It's the truck deemed official by the NFL.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it.
Well, it's not been pretty for the Lions in the state of Wisconsin. You go back to 1992. One win. That was last year in Week 10. They've been outscored 28-16. That's points per game. And turning the ball 22 times more have the Lions than the Packers when they played in Wisconsin. It was a 24-game win streak.
That sounds like college football.
Oh, you're right.
Doesn't it? Where you have that one dominant team and a so-called rival can't beat them.
Yes, but yesterday that all changed for your beloved Volunteers. That's a live ball. How about that? Now let's take a look here. A penalty flag is thrown on the far side.
Well, he stepped out of bounds.
And then he was the first guy to touch the ball.
Exactly. Time Montgomery, the returner. So he made a couple of mistakes here. Number one,
kickoff out of bounds on the kicking team. Whoa. The ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. So the player was out of bounds and touched the ball. Therefore, the kick is deemed to be out of bounds. Timeout.
Wow.
All right.
So in other words, Ty Montgomery made a
But he made a good play.
This is the Ford F-150, the only pickup with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body. Of all the full-size half-ton pickups, it's got the highest gas mileage, best payload, and 12,200 pounds of towing power, plus no body rust. And this is the safest F-150 ever built. The only pickup to pull the government's 5-star safety rating and earn an IIHS top safety pick. This is the F-150, and Ford F-Series is the undisputed truck leader for 39 straight years.
Stop. With that box, you'll be the first to win PlayStation VR. Player one. Soon, it spreads like wildfire. Humanity becomes so plugged in, we never see them coming. That's why I was sent back to stop you.
Oh, hey, I won.
Right.
The future of gaming starts at Taco Bell. Grab any $5 box and you can be one of the first to win PlayStation VR.
Upgrade season's here. I got my new iPhone 7 from Sprint. $0.
Sprint? I'm hearing good things about the network.
All the networks are great now. We're talking within a 1% difference in reliability of each other. And Sprint saves you 50% on most current national carrier rates. And if you got 1% more haircut than me today, would you really pay twice as much?
No, I wouldn't.
Copy that.
Switch to Sprint. Get the iPhone 7 for $0 with eligible trade-in. Plus save 50% off most current national carrier rates. Don't let a 1% difference cost you twice as much.
Woo! Catch the premiere of Son of Lord tonight on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL. By Taco Bell, sometimes you gotta live Moss. And by Sprint, switch and save today. Learn more at sprint.com/network.
The tradition, Green Bay Packer football. Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Pack's home opener here today. And 7-3. We're having a few technical difficulties. So just bear with us. A lot of people working very hard to get us straightened out. And this is Jordy Nelson. Nothing wrong with him. All the way back from that ACL tear a season ago. And on first down, he goes for 40 yards on the completion. 49 yards.
There's Nelson there. Watch him work to the inside. He's working against a linebacker there. Number 50, Thurston Armbrister. And what a beautiful throw by Aaron Rodgers. But you notice most of the throws he's making, Tom, in the pocket, out of his hands quickly to the receivers, letting them do the work.
So just outside the 10, first down at the 11-yard line out of the I formation. Turn and give it to Lacy. He's inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Eddie Lacy, out of Alabama, rushed for better than 1,000 yards with over 10 touchdowns in each of his first 2 years. And last year, the number slipped under 800. There's a lot of talk about his weight. You know, did he come ready to play? And apparently he is this year.
Well, that was legitimate talk. You know, the numbers slipped in terms of rushing yards, but the number went up in terms of weight. And there was a correlation. And they told him he had to come back in better condition. And he doesn't look that much different, but he's definitely a better conditioned athlete in 2016.
Empty. Here we go.
Rodgers wants a timeout. Got to stop the clock. 1:12 to play in the quarter. 7-3 Pack.
The playbook of work is tattered and torn from those who do jobs for which they were born. Hammers and wire, chainsaws and wrenches, and the true bond of teamwork down in the trenches. Ford F-Series is their chariot. It answers the bell. It's the truck deemed official by the NFL.
I'm Jamie Foxx for Verizon. In the nation's largest independent study by Root Metrics, again, Verizon is the #1 network.
Hi, I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. And I'm Jamie Foxx for T-Mobile. And we're just as good.
Really? Only Verizon was ranked #1 nationally in data, reliability, text and call, and speed. Yeah. And you're gonna fist pump to that? Get out of my sight.
Unlimited isn't a good deal if it's on a cut-rate network. Switch now and get our best deal. 20 gigs and 4 lines for only $160. All on America's best network.
Those new glasses?
They are. Do I look smarter?
Yeah, a little. You're making money now. Are you investing?
Well, I've been doing some research.
Let me introduce you to our broker.
How much does he charge?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you get your fees back if you're not happy? Wow, you're laughing.
That's not the way the world works.
Well, the world's changing.
Are you asking enough questions about the way your wealth is managed? Wealth management at Charles Schwab.
All the wins, all the stolen bases, no hitters, and walk-offs. Doesn't mean anything now, because the only thing that matters is October.
Aaron Rodgers, 5 of his first 6, 113 yards and a touchdown. He's hit 5 different receivers here in the opening quarter. And knocking on the door for a second Packers score inside the 10. Miscommunication there, slightly overthrown to Randall Cobb. Let's go back to the kickoff a minute ago that started this drive.
Yeah, you remember at the end I said I'm not sure he knew what he was doing to make a good play. He did know what he was doing. Watch Ty Montgomery. See how he deliberately gets out of bounds, make sure he's out, and then touches the football. He knew the rule. Out of bounds, he touches the ball. That makes it an out-of-bounds kick. They get the ball on the 40-yard line. Big-time play by Ty Montgomery. He knew. I didn't.
That's a Stanford guy. Ty Montgomery.
He went to the SEC school.
Hey, your Volunteers a big one yesterday.
That was a big one for them. No doubt about it.
All right, 3rd down now. They can get a first down at the 1. And Rodgers running room, but he throws it. And a touchdown to Jordy Nelson. It's only the first quarter, but all the talk about this Green Bay offense, it has been lights out through the first 15 minutes.
And watch his eyes. The eyes tell the tale of the story. Doesn't see it there. See how they stay up, though? Look at him downfield. The eyes stay up as he makes the move to find the receiver. Nelson, the 3rd receiver in from the top. Works, finds the open spot, and Aaron Rodgers finds him.
Now point after by Crosby coming up. And it is good. 1 minute, 1 second left here in the opening quarter. Green Bay with a 14-3 lead.
Cricket's got you covered like a blanket on a pig. Our plans cost little and our network is big. Like a great big gorilla in a pompadour wig. Great is great when big is big. You can text and like and swipe and stream. It's a great big network of your great big dreams. It's a no job, obvious call. It's the great big network sending love to us all.
Shoulders, they don't just carry pads, they carry your one-handed reputation.
How in the world? Oh my goodness.
Your city's pride, your fans' passions and dreams. Shoulders carry a father's name, a mother's legacy, and maybe a chance at greatness. Because shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
We believe that light beer shouldn't compromise on taste, and we hold true to that belief. We have to. It's tattooed on our neck. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
It's 4th down, 4 seconds left. Wow, what a pass! Amazing catch! Play of the game.
What do you want to play now? Let's play Frisbee. How about tag?
Get out and play for 60 minutes a day, every day.
You're it!
Lethal Weapon, Wednesday before Empire on Fox.
Well, the first 2 games, this Green Bay offense very, very quiet. 41 total points, 14 in that loss to Minnesota a week ago, and averaging fewer than 300 yards of offense. The Packers already in this one 135 offensive yards. Andre Roberts brings it out of the end zone. Bad decision. Up to the 20. He takes a knee. They get it at the 25. Well, look out now. Zorn is here. He's going to slay Fox Sundays, TV's most original new comedy. Son of Zorn comes to Concord tonight after The Simpsons here on Fox.
Jim Zorn's got to be so proud.
Oh,
you knew I was
that would be
there,
grandson of Zorn.
Would that be grandson?
Well, yeah. Jim Thorne, then just, you know, Zorn.
a little generation,
Zorn,
right?
Son of Zorn. He's old enough to be a granddad, right?
And happily.
All right, Stafford and the Lions had a very nice drive first go-round. Oh, this one should have been intercepted. Micah Hyde had it right there, but what a hit put on Ebron.
Watch Ebron. He's going to work to the middle, and Joe Thomas, number 48, is right there. And you notice Ebron caught him out of the corner of his eye at the last second. Sees him coming, and he goes for the low shot, trying to get down below the shoulder level. And he left a clear message to Eric Ebron that you better look out for me when you come into the middle.
Well, you're not lying. Second down and 10. And that ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. And while we have a moment, let's send it back to Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles. Kurt.
Well, all the talk about Washington's Josh Norman covering Odell Beckham Jr. Norman missed the chance to get a pick against the Giants. The very next play, New York shows they got other weapons. Going to Sterling Shepard. Eli Manning hooks up with him for a 23-yard score, and they needed 14-3 in the first. Tom, Charles, and Peter.
And they drafted Sterling Shepard maybe to replace Victor Cruz, but they got Victor Cruz back as well. That really bolsters their receiving core.
Yeah, he had a big breakout game last week in the win over New Orleans. Third down, they're coming after Stafford, who just throws it off his back foot. 3 and out this go round for the Lions.
And right now, Dom Capers' defensive guys, they're locked in. I mean, everything that they're doing right now, they're a little bit quicker to the ball on that series than Detroit was. Starting with the big hit on from Joe Thomas on Eric Ebron, and then Dom Capers brought the house on third down and left their guys in man-to-man coverage, and they had them locked up on the outside.
And drafted that series lasted 20 seconds. Fair catch at the 33 by Trevor Davis. Packers' last drive, they took advantage of the kickoff out of bounds and then hit the big one. This has been missing from this offense after a great play by Montgomery, a smart play by Montgomery.
Extremely smart play, but Jordy Nelson very easily gets into the center of their defense, and Aaron Rodgers finds him. And then how about this? Look at Rodgers as he moves in the pocket. The eyes stay downfield, and Jordy Nelson found some dead space in the zone of the Lions. And Rodgers delivers to him. Another touchdown connection between those two.
Montgomery in the backfield. It's 14-3 Green Bay. Less than a minute to play until the end of the first quarter. And Montgomery, his first NFL carry. And not much running room. Quandre Diggs in on the tackle, maybe a loss of a yard.
And already we're seeing Green Bay go deeper into their receiving core than they have in the first couple of games. In the first couple of games, it was 3 guys essentially. Montgomery now getting playing time, and they're going to go deeper and use more people in this ball game as we've seen already.
Well, the clock down to 3 seconds, and they're not going to run a play. That's going to be the end of the opening quarter. 14 points put up by Rodgers and the Packers. A 14-3 lead. The NFL on Fox continues after a message from your local Fox station.
It's waiting on Sunday morning.
You like football? Yeah. It's DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. I can watch every Sunday Ticket game live on any device.
I'm retired. I just sit here watching nothing.
If I were you, I'd work as long as you can, son.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV and watch live football anywhere. Switch today and get a $100 reward card.
Uh-oh. Should have put that phone on silent. Luckily, Jay chose Trident to help clean and protect his teeth, so he can hide his guilt with a convincing grin. That's it, Jay. They'll never know. Trident. Cherish your teeth.
New Ford SUVs have great technology that helps you feel unstoppable. Turbocharged EcoBoost engines merge exhilarating power with great fuel efficiency. While new voice-activated Sync 3 keeps you connected with an easy-to-use design and high-speed performance. And even when your hands are full, your foot can lend a hand. Now get a new 2017 Escape with 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash at your local Ford dealer.
Next on the Agents of Play, the AOP takes a walk on the wild side. When it comes to fun, they're always on their toes. And you can be too. Put a little play in your day with scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery.
If you have questions about overtime violations or the wage and hour laws in our state, visit forthepeople.com to learn more. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Keith Kaiser puts his hog calling skills to the test. Tomorrow, beginning at 5.
We started with the class-leading RX. We gave it paddle shifters to help you command the road. A sport mode to help you control the road. And a sport-tuned suspension to help you connect with the road. The Lexus RX F-Sport. This is the RX Elevated. Lease the 2016 RX 350 for $419 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Set to begin the second quarter here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The Packers home opener in a 14-3 lead. On a second down and 10, Rodgers rolling to the left, looks long down the field, and contact, and a flag comes in. Nevin Lawson, who had such a rough day last week against Tennessee, got his feet tangled up with Trevor Davis.
There he is, Davis, number 11, running Lawson behind him, and he gets hands on him deep into the route. They're going to end up calling that. So that Davis goes to the ground. It is one of those things where Lawson contacted him and frankly didn't need to.
Number 24 defense, automatic, first down.
He's right there on his hip. He knows where he is, and he reaches out and puts a hand on his bicep, and that's what got him into trouble. See right there, he's got a hand on his back, hand on the bicep. It doesn't seem like much, but the end with the receiver, look at the back judge. He's staring right at it. He is right in there, and that's Jim Quirk. He's got a perfect view. Can't argue with that.
You're the only two guys within 50 yards of anybody else. You're going to get caught doing that.
It's wide open. Jim Quirk's staring right into that one. You're not going to get away with it.
Lawson beaten on the 30-yard touchdown by Delaney Walker last week. Also had a big pass interference call. Penalty flag down. Catch made. Richard Rodgers into the end zone, a touchdown, but we wait on the penalty. That was Jared Cook in the end zone.
Holding, defense, that penalty's declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
And it is Richard Rodgers for the touchdown.
Rodgers comes from here and comes underneath and lets the traffic clear, and he puts it on his back hip and ends up making a nice catch.
Rodgers, of course, had that 61-yard game-winning Hail Mary reception at Ford Field the last meeting. What a monster game Rodgers had. And an incredible moment, which I'll always remember in both cities.
So how many different guys is that now that they've thrown the ball to? And you see the Lions defense struggling in the red zone. 8 consecutive red zone drives. They've allowed touchdowns.
So 14:46 to play here in the second quarter. And Aaron Rodgers is doing what he's been doing for years, and especially when these two teams meet. Rodgers, a 7-2 record going head-to-head against Stafford. However, in their last 8 regular season games overall now, talked about how Stafford has been superb. 21 touchdowns against 2 interceptions. And Rodgers has been quite human.
It looks like the non-human side is coming back out of Aaron Rodgers today.
Yes, it is.
He did say this week, and you remember the great quote a few years ago when the Packers got to a 1-2 start. Yep. R-E-L-A-X. Yep. Well, he doesn't want to use that anymore. It's become a punchline. He's not crazy about it. So what he said this week was, we're not going to overreact. We know what the process is. It's worked for us quite well throughout the years. We trust it, and we know what our flaws are, and we're working on fixing them. And it looks like today they've got better timing into their offense, and they're well on their way to fixing those flaws.
Again, Roberts going to bring it out of the end zone, and again, a terrible decision made by Andre Roberts. Well, he slams the ball to the turf. The only person he should be upset at is himself. That's 2 in a row. Small screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games right on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. You know, you talked about that comment when they started 1-2 in the 2014 RELAX by Rodgers. The next 4 wins, next 4 games, he threw 13 touchdowns, and they won 11 of their final 13 games. Rodgers today already with 3 touchdowns, and we're barely a quarter plus into this one. The rookie Washington, and positive yardage on a run by a Lion. Let's go downstairs to Peter Schrager.
Tom, we know that the Lions have been stung by injuries. No Ziggy Ansah, no DeAndre Leather. You can add Tavon Wilson, the starting safety. He hurt his neck. He walked off the field. He is questionable to return, but the injuries keep on coming for these Lions.
Well, you're not lying for both teams, really. I mean, you look at the Packer defense right now. Great stars, Morgan Burnett, Clay Matthews, Sam Shields again for a 2nd straight week. LaTroy Guion. You're already without Mike Pennell. He's been suspended. And another carry for Washington, and back-to-back carries. He picks up a 1st down. Just under 14 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. 21-3 Green Bay. We continue to show you the scoreboard for those of you just joining us. We don't have our Fox box available all of the time for you to tell you how much time there is here until halftime.
Feels old school. That works out perfectly with Green Bay and Detroit going at it.
That's right. Rivalry began back in 1930 at City Stadium in Green Bay. Today, the 174th meeting. Looking up top down the sideline. And the catch is made by Marvin Jones Jr. And that's a big hit inside the Packer 40-yard line.
So watch him right off the line of scrimmage with Demarius Randall, who struggled last week with Stephon Diggs of the Vikings. And he got him on just a little subtle move. Did you notice how Randall slowed down for 1 step? And that's all it took. And then Jones over the top, and Randall could not locate the football, and Stafford knew that. Put it up there and let Jones go make the play.
Well, we talked about Lawson having a rough week on one side. The same held true for Randall against Stephon Diggs last week. Diggs had 9 receptions, 182 yards. Randall also penalized twice in the game. Washington just slams himself into the defender, a gain of 2. That's Jake Ryan.
Without Clay Matthews and without LaTroy Guion, Dom Capers, D coordinators, just said we're going to be in nickel all the time. Now they're in nickel probably almost 80% of the time anyway, but today they're doing it. Just that's our base defense, because he can use Julius Peppers as either a down lineman or a stand-up outside linebacker. He's kind of a wild card of that D.
Peppers not on the field in his first down. Stafford. That's a bullet. The ball is taken away. That is Demarius Randall. Still on his feet and dropped to the 25-yard line. It looked like he just ripped it away from a tight end, Ebron.
And look at it. There's the catch. And he gets a double contact because he gets some help there from number 50, Blake Martinez, who kind of holds up Ebron, and Demarius Randall frisks it and takes it away and goes the other way. No player probably on the defense for Green Bay needed a big play a bit more than Demarius Randall, right? You just pointed out the issues he had with Stephon Diggs. He had the big pass over the top of him to Marvin Jones. You outlined it perfectly, Tom, and he comes back and gets a big takeaway that's got to do wonders for his confidence level. And there's Matthew Stafford, and you know, he was very physical last week. They don't want him involved in much of that. He was trying to just hold it up and ended up at the end kind of falling on the top of him, but they'd like for him to be away from that pile. They don't need him getting hit.
That's a 44-yard return after ripping the football away by Randall. So now the Packers in business. 11:40 to play until halftime, and going for a 4th touchdown score. And off the shoulder pads of the tight end, Jared Cook. They're calling that an interception, by the way, a moment ago.
And on this play, Jared Cook down the middle. They brought him in to be a big play tight end, and that ball's right on him. And I'm not sure if Cook just lost it somewhere because it got to his shoulder pads before he could get his hands up to make a play. And I know it's early in the game, and Cook is limping off right now. Hopefully he'll be okay. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing I am. I think you probably are. I think they're very conscious trying to get Cook involved in this game. Right? He's out to a slow start with a new team, and I feel like Mike McCarthy is dialing up things, saying, let's give Jared Cook some passes. Let's get him involved.
And he's more than a capable pass catcher. I mean, he's been, you know, from time to time tuned out and dropped some balls through the years with Tennessee, and then the last 5 years with the Rams, where he caught 35 or more passes every year there, but they turned him loose.
And Green Bay took him because of his ability to get downfield, stretch defenses, and help those guys out wide. So if they can ever get him going on the inside part of the field, see, they're looking for their Jermichael Finley. Remember when they had him? What a great player he was.
He sure was. Injuries eventually catching up to him, much like Brandon Pettigrew, another excellent tight end for these Lions. Blitz coming. Rodgers slings it to the primary tight end. That would be Richard Rodgers. He's short of a first down.
But the arm angles that Aaron Rodgers gives you, still with accuracy. As you see on that play, Kerry Hyder bearing down on him. He knew that he had to have a different angle, drops it down and goes Kent to Colby's sidearm and sticks it on him right there.
Kent to Colby.
How about that? He did all that, did it without the glasses and the patent leather shoes. Result pretty similar, right in the strike zone.
Kent still going strong, doing the pregame and postgame show for his beloved Pirates. 3rd down, and they throw it up top. Incomplete. Jordy Nelson looking for a penalty flag. In coverage, it's Darius Slay in his 4th year out of Mississippi State.
All the way at the top, Nelson 87 in green, Slay 23 in white. And because Slay can't see the ball, Rodgers puts it out there, but at the end, you notice how Slay turns his head, see that? And he makes a little play on the ball right at the end. That's a nice job by Darius Slay. Kind of reading the eyes of Jordy Nelson in the arms. When they come up, you go make a play on the ball.
36-yard field goal try by Crosby. He's hit 37 in a row from inside 40 here at Lambeau Field, and the beat goes on. Make it 38 in a row. He hasn't missed at Lambeau inside 40 since 2012.
This is the all-new 2016 Chevy Malibu.
Wow, that's nice.
Let's check it out. Do any of you have kids?
I do. Yes.
This car has a feature built in called Teen Driver Technology, which lets parents see how their teens are driving.
That's smart.
It even mutes the radio until the seatbelt is fastened.
We'll keep track of how many boys get in the car, because that could be useful.
This is ahead of what my Audi has for sure.
Wish my Beamer had that.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know that technology existed.
I'm not in the market for a car, but now I may be.
Critics are raving about Deepwater Horizon. It's masterful, stunning. Director Peter Berg cranks up the tension.
Trust me, you're not gonna die.
It's a must-see. Deepwater Horizon, rated PG-13, Friday.
Assists, completions. He's Mr. Instant Meeting, Ed Feldman.
Press 1 to lead your team onto the meeting field. Start your free trial at gotomeeting.com.
Upgrade season's here. I got my new iPhone 7 from Sprint. $0.
Sprint? I'm hearing good things about the network.
All the networks are great now. We're talking within a 1% difference in reliability of each other. And Sprint saves you 50% on most current national carrier rates. And if you got 1% more haircut than me today, would you really pay twice as much?
No, I wouldn't.
Copy that.
Switch to Sprint. Get the iPhone 7 for $0 with eligible trade-in. Plus save 50% off most current national carrier rates. Don't let a 1% difference cost you twice as much.
Woo! Son of Zor. You were staring at my quadriceps.
Who was it?
Premieres tonight on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Bring home the flavor, only at Pizza Hut. By Miller Lite, the original light beer. And by Chevrolet, more 2016 J.D. Power Dependability Awards than any other brand.
No tofu being served up here at Lambeau. Got bacon on that burger served up at 1919 Kitchen and Tap right here. Thanks to Josh Swanson and his staff for allowing our crew to get into the kitchen yesterday. 10:41 to play until halftime. And it's all Packers so far, 24-3. These franchises, two of the all-time greats, Favre and Barry Sanders.
Heart rate 156.
Today we're going to be comparing these two truck beds. Let's start over here with this aluminum bed. Put your toolbox up here.
Whoa, that's a big hole. That is unbelievable.
Now let's check out the roll-formed steel bed of the Silverado. Same spot, same empty toolbox.
Took it way better.
The steel held up.
Find your tag and get 16% of MSRP cash back on select remaining 2016 Silverado pickups in stock. That's over $7,500 cash back on this Chevy Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I'm in there as Katie.
I'll call you later. Or, no, I won't. I'll text you because, what am I, your dad? Don't stay out too late.
Yeah, just text me.
Thank you. Get home safe. This must be what Antonio Brown feels like when he's dancing in the end zone.
Huh. This must be how Lucas felt when he finally got Katie's number.
Pepsi. You talk about the Cowboys and the Patriots like they're like your kids.
That's the hottest seat in sports media. This is undisputed.
Week 3 continues later today on CBS. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. And tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN.
.10:41 to play until halftime. Green Bay in front 24-3. The Lions had an excellent game-opening drive offensively, but had to settle for 3 points. And a long way to go until halftime, and that's a third nice run since getting a chance to touch the football by Dwayne Washington. 7th round pick this year out of the University of Washington. He came on after Abdullah was injured last week, had 4 rushes for 31 yards and a nice start, 4 carries, 20 yards today.
They love his body frame, a big, strong guy who knows he's a big, strong guy and runs like it. And they need that. Try to have a guy who can break some tackles downfield, move the pile a little bit, although he got great blocking on the first play.
Stafford all the way was looking to the left side at Golden Tate and completes a pass. Clock continues to run. We're down to the 10-minute mark until halftime.
And they're going to operate from the line of scrimmage there. It looked to me like Tate got some help from his friend Marvin Jones, number 11. Little combo deal there where he was able to kind of draw attention and inadvertently create a screen situation to help Marvin Jones get open. Excuse me, Golden Tate.
Golden Tate has had a very quiet start to this season. His first 2 years, 90+ receptions in each of them as a Lion since coming over from Seattle. And is Washington again off to the left side, wrapped up by the rookie Dean Lowry. So they got some youngsters playing a lot of football in this Packer defense, what with all the injuries. You have rookies Lowry, Clark, Martinez, Fackrell, and second-year players in the secondary of Randall, Rollins, Gunter.
They don't mind going with young guys. They don't mind going with undrafted guys. They believe that they coach so well and develop them that they turn them into players as well.
Go!
Second down and 9. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Stafford now forced out of the pocket and throws incomplete. Well, that's a dangerous throw. Blanket coverage on that far side by Josh Hawkins.
They're going to bring the pressure in here, but watch this big guy right here, Mike Daniels. Okay, so the pressure gets picked up, then Daniels is the guy who flushes and works against Taylor Decker. Mike Daniels will not get the notoriety of others, but boy, he makes plays. And watch this athletic play by Josh Hawkins. Over the top without contacting the receiver.
Daniels was so dominant in the first quarter last week against Minnesota. They had to double team him the rest of the way. Play clock down to 3. They get it off. Set up the wide receiver screen and a good play to Golden Tate. He was stood up and slammed to the deck by Kentrell Bryce, another rookie playing on defense for the injured Morgan Burnett.
It's a nice tackle at the end, but watch these guys come out here and watch the screening inside. Really well set up and executed by Detroit. Yeah, the tackle gets the attention at the end, but they got a first down on that play. Nice execution by the Lions.
Get the feeling the Lions really need a touchdown drive here.
Something to calm things down a little bit, give their defense a chance to exhale. They've been under siege the entire first half.
It's Tate in motion, and they'll put it in his hands, and that did not fool the Packers. Elliott in the backfield throws him to the deck.
Watch Jaron Elliott. Watch how he plays this. Because he comes upfield, but he throttles down enough, and the block is supposed to come from the backside. Look like Michael Burton's supposed to be coming across the formation to pick him up, but he sees it before Burton can get there and changes his angle and goes right to the ball carrier. Well played by Jaron Elliott.
And now Washington comes from the slot receiver position into the backfield behind Stafford. On a second down and forever, they'll hand it off to Washington. And a pretty good pickup to the 44. Let's check in back in Los Angeles.
Thank you very much. Arizona at Buffalo. Bills fired their offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, after week 2. LaShawn McCoy, 5-yard touchdown run, his second of the day. Bills up 17-0.
Well, that's a hard Arizona team to figure now. I mean, opening weekend, they get beat by New England, and the Patriots missing all those pieces. We saw them last week just throttle Tampa Bay. And now going on the road and getting hammered in the first half, at least in the first half, by Buffalo.
The good thing is with their offense, they're never out of anything.
Need to get to the 33 for a first down, and that they will do. Ebron again down the middle of the field. That's been a nice weapon here today for Stafford and the Lions.
Help me out, partner. Is this a tight end or is this a wide receiver? Watch this route. Look at that. Look at that bend to the outside, and Micah Hyde thinks he's throttling down, shakes him outside, and then sticks back inside for another nice connection. Well-run route by Eric Ebron, continuing to develop as a pro.
4 receptions, 48 yards. Ebron to the sideline. And the handoff is to Riddick. You know, look, these guys who work in the league as coaches, Charles, they've forgotten more football than I'll ever know. But, you know, you just wonder on this drive. Now, they made up for it with that third down and long conversion, but you're starting to run the ball well for the first time with Washington on this drive and a little bit in the last drive. You try the trick play, handing it off to Tate, you lose 8. And now on first down, you go back to Riddick, who's a capable back. But Washington's got a little something moving here.
Sometimes you think to yourself, you always hear coach say, go with the hot hand. Right now, Washington seems to have it. You might want to press it a little bit more.
No doubt about that. Look into the end zone. And it should have been intercepted by Gunter. He was in coverage down there in the corner of the end zone.
Here he is locked up all the way on the outside, playing press man, working with him, got him at the hips. See how he turns his head and sees the receiver. Look at that. Turns and sees and has the ball in his mitts and can't envelop it.
We have a hard time making a living converting third and double digits. This is a 3rd and 11. Incomplete. Looking for Anquan Bolden down around the 15-yard line. And out comes Prater for a field goal try.
Your eyes go to the action downfield, but your eyes need to stay in here. Watch where the pressure comes from. Daniel 76, Peppers 56, just collapse the pocket back in on Matthew Stafford. He can't even step forward and get anything on that pass.
This will be a 43-yard field goal try by Prater. Man, does this guy have a leg. And he missed it. Plenty of leg, but just shaved it to the wrong side of the right upright.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did
It's not important, Jen. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. And later, I'll experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
We believe in respect. It brings out our very best.
We respect time. It's the most valuable thing humans possess.
We respect design.
And creativity. Respect displays the best of who we are. Because respect sees another as worthy of our time.
Introducing Genesis. In a world scrambling to put itself first.
Respect is a breath of fresh luxury.
Red 97! Set! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service. Huh.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Get your fall fix with huge deals right now at Lowe's. Like up to 25% off appliances $396 or more. Plus, get 10% off your purchase from September 23rd through 25th with your Lowe's credit card. Make your home happy this fall with the season's biggest savings at Lowe's.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Genesis. Take a breath of fresh luxury.
5:03 to play until halftime. The Packers leading after the missed Prater field goal. Look at the work offensively so far today by Green Bay. Touchdown, 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 field goal. Scoring on each of its first 4 possessions. And now a 5th. Completion made, and that'll be for 2 yards. And let's check in downstairs with Peter Schrager.
Hey, Tom, few injuries on the Packers side of the ball. Jared Cook walked off with an ankle injury. He's questionable to return. Demarius Randall just walked off the locker room as well. But how about this one? Blake Martinez, the inside linebacker, had stitches on his nose. They bursted open. He rushed back to the locker room. They're going to re-stitch that nose up. He's going to return to play.
Only thing missing from that shot is being able to see his breath on the frozen tundra.
Because he just went ahead and emulated Ray Nitschke, didn't he?
He sure did.
Now, Martinez did that in preseason, and now he's going to have to deal with it throughout the year.
Blood McNally, you were talking about that yesterday.
Johnny Blood.
High throw for Lacy.
So we had a penalty on that first play. And this is what Detroit needed in a big way. A stop here. And now you're coming back. You got, two plays for Green Bay. Didn't give much yards. One of them is nullified by a penalty anyway. So you got 2nd and long. What does Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator for Detroit, dial up to try and get them off the field and not give up any more points, because this whole first half is going to track meet for Green Bay.
19. Lacy, big hole. A first down and then some for the big fella. And like a battering ram, and some extra pushing and shoving there. This still no penalty flag thrown yet.
And
looked like there should have been.
2nd and long, and watch all the blocking here. Look at the fullback lead. He folds around, and then Lacy runs away from number 31, Raphael Bush, before Slade ends up taking him out of bounds. That's 2nd and long. You've got the advantage on defense. They let him out. Remember DeMarco Murray for Tennessee last week? They punted him deep into territory. First play, he bolts out for a 66-yard gain. You can't let him out when you have the advantage.
That's a 25-yard run by Lacy, his 2nd longest carry of the season. And a more standard 3-yard gain on a first down to the 35. The clock now down to 3:50 until halftime.
That's just demoralizing, Tom. I mean, last week, Jim Caldwell caught some heat about should you punt it or not in that situation. He punts it and gives defense a great spot. First play, he bolts for 66 yards, does DeMarco Murray. 2nd and long here, great spot. They bolted big again, right up the middle.
Rodgers to throw it on 2nd down. Catch made by Nelson. That's a nice tackle made by Slay. Although it'll move the chains inside the 30 to the 26.
Now they got
25.
Gotta go up the tempo a little bit too and go a little quicker. Aaron Rodgers is really in sync today with his receivers. Very sharp with the football. The Aaron Rodgers we're used to seeing.
Here's Nelson. And he's to the 20. That'll be a gain of 5 on first down.
That was a called running play. That's that run pass option, that RPO people like to talk about. Called running play. Everything was moving to the left with momentum, and he just gave it out to Jordy Nelson in a one-on-one, hoping he could break the tackle and create and win. Nice tackle out in the perimeter.
Second and 5. Lacy again. Looking for running room. A flag thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and the pile continues to push Lacy all the way to the 15.
Holding. Number 73 offense. 10-yard penalty.
It's
Second down.
Treader at the center. Let's check in back in Los Angeles with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Tom. Washington at New York. Giants looking to stay 3-0. This helps. Orleans Darkwa, 2-yard touchdown run, caps off an 8-play, 75-yard drive. Giants up 21-9. Tom, Charles, and Peter.
What do you think about the Giants so far, Charles Davis?
Like what I'm seeing from them. Remember, they won the first 2 games without the offense really getting in gear. And if that happens, look out, because the defensive moves that they made in the offseason, they're paying big dividends for them.
Clock takes us down to the 2-minute warning. The Giants off to a 2-0 start for the first time since '09. Here, the Pack rolling.
We believe in respect. It brings out our very best.
We respect time. It's the most valuable thing humans possess.
We respect design
and creativity. Respect displays the best of who we are, because respect sees another as worthy of our time.
Introducing Genesis. In a world scrambling to put itself first.
Respect is a breath of fresh luxury.
I've been a poor man and I've been a king. I've had my life and the world on a string. I've traveled many roads, but I'm so far from done. Good to know there's so much to live for. What a day to feel
Hyundai presents the better drive of the week. With less than 3 minutes left and the score tied, a key third down pass from Eli Manning to Sterling Shepard kept the Giants' drive moving. 3 plays later, they got deep into Saints territory with a big play from Victor Cruz, setting up Josh Brown's game-winning field goal. Brought to you by Hyundai, official sponsor of the NFL. Better drives us.
Well, some big stars on both sides sitting it out here today. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. Packers with the football, 2nd down and 15 at the Detroit 30. 2 minutes to go until halftime, and Rodgers out of the shotgun. Crossing pattern by Jordy Nelson, and gets a huge chunk of it back. Got 12 of the 15 on a first down catch. Of course, Nelson returning from an ACL injury a season ago. 31-year-old Kansas native, when healthy, among the very best in the NFL. Had 3 straight seasons of over 1,200 or more receiving yards before the injury.
Haven't hit Randall Cobb in a while. These one guy's he's been a little quiet in the first half.
Blitz coming. Packers pick it up. And Nelson to the end zone, and that is a touchdown, the 4th of the game, thrown by Aaron Rodgers.
Watch Cobb. He's going to put a hand up first, almost as if to say, look at me. And he ended up doing it. He did that right before we got it, obviously. But then that created some attention for him inside. And then what a route by Jordy Nelson outside over the top of Slay. And you can't throw it any better than that. So if you're worried about Jordy Nelson rounding into shape with his knee, I think that those fears are getting less and less with each connection. And Aaron Rodgers, by the way, still pretty darn good.
31 points here in the opening half. The Packers had scored a total of 41 combined in their first 2 games.
We believe in respect. It brings out our very best.
We respect time. It's the most valuable thing humans possess.
We respect design
and creativity. Respect displays the best of who we are, because respect sees another as worthy of our time.
Introducing Genesis. In a world scrambling to put itself first,
Respect is a breath of fresh luxury.
I like where you're going with this.
Introducing Cheetos Chicken Fries. Chicken on the inside, dangerously cheesy on the outside. Only at Burger King.
There's just a mass amount of data in this business. Trey Brown, director of college scouting. You know, you got to have a powerful laptop. We're trying to find the prospects that are going to make us better. You look at the athleticism, the speed, the explosiveness. The Surface Pro allows us to be everywhere. We're on the field, in the classroom. It's fast, it's powerful. I can write right on the screen. I couldn't do that on a Mac. At the end of the day, we're trying to find the players that are going to give us the opportunity to win championships.
Empire returns to its glorious over-the-top form.
Isn't that what it's always been? Lucius and Cookie. You and me against this crazy. Excuse my interruption.
Empire, all new this Wednesday on Fox.
How was your first day back?
Uneventful.
I
don't use such braggadocious words. I called it.
Lethal Weapon, Wednesday before Empire on Fox.
Aaron Rodgers has been down this road before. His 2nd career game with 4 touchdown passes in an opening half did it to the Bears. Boy, he's been slaughtering them for a long, long time. But you think about Rodgers and all the talk coming in the Packers, you know, they said, hey, look, we're not worried about it. For the first 2 games, Aaron Rodgers had thrown a total of 3 touchdown passes in 70 attempts. 4 of them in 17 attempts today. All right, coming up at halftime. How about it, Kurt Menefee?
Coming up on the Visa halftime, the Broncos look to stay perfect against the Bengals, as do the Ravens in Jacksonville. And good news, either the Browns or Dolphins will get their first win of the season.
Kurt, unless they tie.
Why do you have to do that? We'll see you at halftime. You ruin all the good times for everybody.
And he used to coach a Miami Dolphin.
Just telling it like it is. Coach Johnson.
First down, minute 10 to go until halftime. Stafford just dumps it off out of the backfield to Riddick, who slips a couple of tackles. Tripped up to the 28-yard line. Clock continues to roll. We're under a minute. Detroit has 3 timeouts remaining.
Since the first drive of the game, not much has come easy for Detroit on offense. They've hit some nice plays. Ebron's had some nice catches, had the big pass to Marvin Jones. But all in all, it's been a slog for them.
Oh, boy. And Marvin Jones is off to the races. He will score a touchdown in the final 30 seconds of this opening half.
And so much for the slog. And Demarius Randall, I believe, again, matched up on the outside. No, take that back. It's number 20, Josh Hawkins, who's just come back in another stumble. And then he kind of hesitates on the catch by Jones, almost as if he thought Jones was going to be out of bounds. So he stumbles, loses contact with him. Then he thinks the play's kind of dead, so he slows down a little, and then Jones takes it to the house. So they broke that slog with a big sprint there. Nice connection, Stafford to Marvin Jones.
That's a 73-yard touchdown pass, and the first career touchdown as a Lion for Marvin Jones Jr., who had a 8-catch, 118-yard game against Tennessee. Lions will get the ball to begin the second half, remember. And that point after makes it a 3-touchdown game. But first things first, if you're the Lions at halftime, you got to figure out somehow, some way to slow down Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you start with maybe he won't play in the second half, because that's about all you got going right now. He's done everything. But I think the thing that's impressed me the most about him in the first half is, you remember Aaron Rodgers, you see him out of the pocket here? That used to be the accessory to their offense. The West Coast offense is a timing offense. 1, 2, 3 in rhythm, the whole deal. And then he would break out and make big plays. But in recent games, and I think throughout last year, there's a lot more of that accessory becoming primary, where Aaron Rodgers was making plays, moving around, dancing, and he lost some timing along the way, I believe. In this game, he's brought the timing back. Balls out of his hands quickly to receivers. They've made plays downfield. And then when he's needed to, he's broken out in extended plays, often to good use.
I mean, last week alone, he was sacked 5 times. He fumbled 3 times. He lost 1 of them.
He almost felt like he was extending plays, Tom, hoping for the, there's a play open, but I can get a bigger one.
That's right.
Now today, he said, okay, I'll take what's open early, and then I'll get the bigger ones later. He created one of those with Trevor Davis. Remember the long pass interference where he created it.
And out to the 25. The most outspoken duo in sports talk is now on FS1.
Tomorrow, we debate today's NFL action, including Lions-Packers.
Will you find another way to criticize Aaron Rodgers?
Somebody's got to be objective. Undisputed, 9:30 Eastern, FS1.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find any fault with Aaron Rodgers here today. We talked about it earlier. You go back to last year, the Packers were rolling, man. I mean, they were 6-0. Then they go to Denver. And Rodgers has the worst game of his career. And starting from that point on, the passing yards were down, the touchdowns were down, the yards per pass attempt way down. The wins were down. Rodgers just going to throw the long ball again on first down into double coverage, and it's incomplete. So, look, we're not used to seeing the Green Bay Packers offense ranked 23rd in the NFL, which is where it finished last year. And coming into this game, granted only 2 games, small sample size, but 29th in the NFL.
You know, when I looked at it the first time, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a typo. It just doesn't even feel right.
No.
But here in the first half, they've gotten back to being more of that. And I think Mike McCarthy, as a play caller, is making some notes and changing some of the things he's doing. Running the ball a little bit more with Lacy, I think, has helped his offense in the first half.
That's the first sack for either team in the game today. And it's Kerry Hyder. Undrafted free agent, originally in New York. Signed to the Detroit practice squad, played in one game last year. He has 4 sacks this year. For the story, Rodgers in the pack. A 31-10 lead. We go to Kurt Menefee and the gang in Los Angeles. Time now for the Visa halftime, which begins now.
Welcome to the Visa halftime report. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
And as we welcome you to the Visa halftime, are we too far removed to say R-E-L-A-X? When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes, they are cruising over the Lions. Elsewhere here in week 3, Josh Norman and Odell Beckham Jr. going back at it again.
Well, not really. Single back set. Shane Vereen straight up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. But on the opposite side, Odell Beckham Jr. goes up in the air like he's going to catch the ball. Of course, Norman turns him loose. Smart play. Here comes Peyton Manning. Eli Manning finding the rookie Sterling Shepard out of Oklahoma, 23-yard touchdown. Good football game. Giants 21-16 over the Redskins. Vikings, Panthers, Cam Newton. 3-yard touchdown run. Ride him inside. The guy chases down. Come off of him. Bounce outside. Touchdown. 10-0 Carolina. Second quarter. Marcus Sherrills. 54-yard punt return for a touchdown. Look at him go. Sherrills. Is he?
Sherrills.
Oh, I was hoping it was Sherrills. You know why?
I let you go once, you went back to the well again.
That would have been a good singing group. The Sherrills.
Yeah.
10-8. Panthers on top of the Vikings. Cardinals at the Bills. Howie. You picked Arizona. Didn't look good early. LaShawn, Speedy McCoy, Shady that is, 24-yard touchdown, 17-0. Buffalo, then later, of course, the Cardinals got down there, did not score. Broncos, Bengals, Trevor Simeon to Emmanuel Sanders, 41-yard touchdown. Deep down the sideline, good route, wide open, should have made it. Good, he did. Denver 10, Cincinnati 7. And then it's Jeremy Hill straight up the middle, another single back set, nobody else back there, but Hill, he goes off left tackle, 14-10, Bengals on top of the Broncos, close to the first half of being over. Raiders at the Titans, Latavius Murray, 22-yard touchdown straight up, Raiders, 17, Tennessee Titans, 3. And then, of course, everybody wants to see what the Jaguars are going to do today. I know Jimmy's got his eyes on it because he picked them to win as he watches Flacco scramble for a 7-yard touchdown. And a good ball game, Jimmy. It's the Ravens 13 and your Jacksonville Jaguars 7. And then the Cleveland Browns. Jimmy doesn't like the Browns either. Rookie Cody Kessler, 5th straight game with a different starting quarterback. That's the Browns' problem. Ryan Tannehill, quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, is picked by Brian Bodie Calhoun. Bodie
Calhoun.
27-yard
touchdown. 13-10, Cleveland trying to get its first win. And by the way, David Johnson of the Arizona Cardinals did score, pending the extra point right now at 17-6. Buffalo still with the lead. All right, Jimmy, let's get back to Green Bay and Detroit.
Well, all the fans saying, what's wrong with Aaron Rodgers? What's wrong? You know, the last part of the year last year, and then this year he struggled a little bit. Nothing's wrong with Aaron Rodgers. For the second time in his career, 4 touchdown passes in the first half. And one of the reasons he's hot today, he's starting to hook up with Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. And so, he's got Eddie Lacy going, he's got Jordy Nelson, and he is fine. Don't worry about Aaron Rodgers.
What did they say? The reports of Aaron Rodgers' demise have been greatly exaggerated. Who came up with that quote, TB, since you picked North Dakota earlier?
I have no idea.
Mark Twain. Come on, man. Help me out here.
Who gave that to you?
Wow.
Visa play of the first half, it is all Mr. Rodgers so far. As Jimmy mentioned, 4 touchdown passes so far in the first half. The first to Devontae Adams got the Packers on a roll, and Visa play of the first half. Second half from Lambeau after this.